The year is 2011. Super Mario 3D Land came out towards the end of the year on November. You are ecstatic to hurry and pick up your copy from GameStop after pre-ordering it, and cannot wait to boot it up after admiring the promising box art from the cover. Oftentimes, I feel like this game is severely underrated as I never hear anyone talk about it compared to 3D World for the Wii U. 3D Land didn't even receive a second chance at life on the Switch like 3D World did. Granted, 3D Land may work a little differently due to the touchscreen functionality, but they could have figured a way around it. They do have the resources and technology after all. As for the story of 3D Land, it's your standard run-of-the-mill classic Mario platformer story, where, surprise surprise, Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser on a random Tuesday afternoon, and it's your job to rescue her after receiving a letter from Bowser with a snapshot of them in his castle. It's the same song and dance, but the gameplay is where it truly shines. What I appreciate about this particular title is that for an early 3DS handheld made in 2011, it holds up extremely well in terms of graphics, music, level designs, and controls. It's essentially a combination of New Super Mario Bros. And other 3D Mario games like Mario Galaxy and Sunshine, because he is able to perform useful movement techniques such as somersaults and long jumping. But perhaps my favorite thing about the game is that it brought back a ton of things from older Mario games, which are now a series staple. One of these items he brought back are the Tanuki Leaf from Super Mario Bros. 3. It works pretty much the same way as it did in the original, but you can't fly high up into the sky, which will make the entire level pointless if you can do that. In fact, they didn't just revive this power-up, they absolutely ran with it by giving a good chunk of the enemies, like Goombas, Boos, Bob-Ombs, a Tanuki tail to fit the theming of the game. This game also introduced mini mystery boxes within levels which challenge the player to finish the task within a few seconds to receive a star medal, which are the game's version of star coins to progress through the game. Another thing I appreciate about this game is that it brought back Boom Boom as the fortress boss from Super Mario Bros. 3. He has not been featured in other mainline Mario games since then, and has been completely absent until 2011, and has been featured in almost every mainline and spin-off Mario title since then. This game also introduced Pom Pom, who I assume are siblings, and battles Mario alongside Boom Boom as a tag team duo. This is significantly better than the pathetic excuse of a boss fight with Boom Boom in Super Mario Bros. 3, and actually requires you to put in effort to defeat the two of them. The game features 8 standard worlds and 8 extra special worlds as a bonus to pad out game time, and provides more challenging levels for the players as a reward. Unlike 3D World, you can only play as Mario and Luigi, but not Peach and Bluto or Rosalina. But this game does have pretty obscure enemy variants that are otherwise absent in other games, such as the Inky Piranha Plant, which spits out ink to cover the player's screen, Draglets, which are little baby dragons that resemble Rex from Super Mario World, Morty Moles, which are basically elite Monty Moles that take 2 hits, Block-a-Block, which is a line of blocks resembling a spiky snake, Fake Blocks with a tail that swipes at Mario, and most importantly, Cosmic Mario is back from the Super Mario Galaxy. He mimics your every move in the level, and you must avoid touching it and clear the level successfully. I always like the concept of an enemy that copied your every move, forcing you to plan your movements ahead of time. I could go on and on about the different aspects of 3D Land I like, but for the sake of your time, I will try not to blather on and on. Overall, I think the general consensus is that 3D Land walks so 3D World can run, but I always had a soft spot for its predecessor due to its unique enemy designs and levels inspired by Mario Galaxy. It's a game that is often overshadowed by its predecessors and successors, and it's basically the awkward middle child that everyone seems to forget until they see their face. If you've never played 3D Land, please do yourself a favor and give it a chance, especially if you're a 3D Mario fan. It'll scratch that itch until we wait for another 3D Mario game to arrive. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to for more videos like these.